this is taped. I could have taken that out. And now you don't understand it if you're just watching this clip. WrestleMania 41 is halfway through as the WWE was back in Las Vegas for the first time since WrestleMania 9, which famously went really well. This show, I said coming in, like I guess I didn't really talk about it all that much. I didn't have a regular WrestleMania feel for this one necessarily. Now, part of that is just my own life. I got stuff going on this weekend. It's Easter weekend, so it's a little bit tough with a couple of certain things. And you're mainly just like stressed that people are going to want to spend time with you. It's like, man, I got to watch Jacob Fatu and LA Knight. I'm sorry. But it didn't really have that same whatever. And then you start the show and it's a big entrance and it's a big intro and we got all these things happening. It's okay. We're back. So I wasn't like, oh my God, WrestleMania is here. I'm kind of that way tonight now. And part of that is I get to watch it live here in a little bit. But either way, I thought the build for WrestleMania was, again, good, not great. And that kind of seems like the theme from everything. We talked about it on the NXT breakdown, and now talking about it again here. That this show, just overall, before we get fully into it, felt good, not great. And that was kind of a lot of the matches here. So we get Jey Uso defeating Gunther to win the World Heavyweight Championship in 16 minutes and 30 seconds. The intro was very good. I thought that they did do a good job of kind of showing Jey as, like, he's taking this seriously. Like, he's not just burning himself out, doing all the eating and everything like that. Like, he is coming out and he is being very serious and being very stoic about the opportunity that has been presented to him right now, or that he has earned, as the World Heavyweight Champion. So he was taking in all the crowd adulation and everything like that. And it was a great one with the flags and everything to start it off. I thought it was really, really good. Gunther, down to basics. I don't ever want to see like an orchestra or anything. I just want what we had. In this case, a virtual curtain opens, he walks through it, he doesn't break stride or change his pace at all until he gets to the ring, and it is ass-kicking time. And then once this one got going, it was a quick reminder that sometimes it's tough to make a dome show, for lack of a better term, sound loud, and show it, like, it did have a bit of the crowd is dead feel to it. And you always, when you're coming into these shows, it takes a little bit of adjusting to, okay, that this is a little bit different than other wrestling shows that I've seen. I do feel like this one, it could have got to one more level. Like, it never really felt like Jey was super in danger. Like, there was never oh my God, like, Jey is getting his ass kicked. How is he going to fight back from it? Like, there were times where Gunther was ahead and there were times Jey was ahead, but there never had that feel of, like, oh no, our favorite is about to lose or anything like that. And so I thought that when the finish does finally come, like, you didn't have that, oh my God, he did it. It was just like you still had oh my God, he did it, but more from the story leading up to it than how the match was necessarily presented, if that makes sense. So again, I thought it was a good match. I do think that with how they structured it in that way, maybe you don't get the, oh, holy shit, he has pulled it off, but you do kind of now feel like it wasn't Jey just stole one here. Jey was on level with Gunther the whole time. You do the slapping back and forth and the blows in the chest and all that stuff, and Jey is hanging with him that whole time. And so I thought that was an interesting story to kind of tell with everything along there. And then I thought it was very fitting that Jey gets the win using the sleeper. How many times in wrestling do we see, oh, he's using his opponent's finisher, and oh, they've kicked out at 2. Now they're pissed. And for Jey to actually win it with the move that choked out his brother and all of that, oh, it was good. I thought that was a very, very nice touch on this. Jimmy comes out, he holds the belt, presents it to Jey, and you could hear that they said there was about 61,000 fans in attendance at WrestleMania. There was about 40 of them that was expecting Jimmy to just wallop Jey Uso with that belt, but they get that nice happy moment. They were talking about Rikishi. I do wish that Rikishi would have been ringside, or close-ish enough to ringside that he could have celebrated there. That would have been a very, very cool moment, but it was still really great to see that. And now Jey Uso is he's the world champion. Really, really cool and really happy for that performer, and interested to see now what direction we go with the World Heavyweight Championship. Tag team titles on the line, and we have new World Tag Team Champions as the New Day defeat the War Raiders. This was another one. This was a very, very good match, I thought. I thought both teams really delivered. Ivar coming out and doing that, like, double-seated cross-body into the video board on the ring. Like, god damn, that must have hurt. And just a quick whatever. When I see the video apron on that side, it makes me think of Titus O'Neil, because like when he comes down and does like the eat shit thing and slides at the Greatest Royal Rumble, it was apron there. So he right underneath it. If there's a video board there, like he actually kind of got a little fucked up on that, because he is going headlong into it. Now, if there's a video thing there, you would expect a human being would maybe, arm up to block themselves a little bit. But I don't know how much control he had in that particular moment. Anyway, not important. I did like a lot of the spots here. I thought, again, the War Raiders come across as just like a real ass-kicking tag team. I was thinking, though, like, they give these guys a longish run. They've been champs since December. They've had a lot of TV time. And it has been a little stop and start because of some injury situations and stuff like that. But they've had vignettes to get themselves over. They have had some really big moves and everything like that. I do wonder what else you could do to get these guys a little bit more over. Because it does feel like there's another level that you can get to with them. But it's also not for lack of trying. So I do wonder, like, is a real singles run for a couple of these guys now something that you could try with? Like doing, I don't know. We used to do the draft right after WrestleMania. Now they kind of do it in October, but that was when you had two networks. Now, I'm sure if Netflix was like, we kind of want it in April, USA Network would kind of just have to deal with it. But if you did a brand split, do you split these guys apart? Because I feel like we've kind of maxed what we can have and they're a great tag team. This is like, don't hear what I'm not saying. I love these guys as a tag team. I kind of feel like there is more that they could both accomplish at another level of, I guess for lack of a better term, stardom that you can get out of these guys. And I just don't know what they haven't done to not get, aside from like having them all of a sudden start feuding with The Rock. I don't know what more you can do with them. But New Day, they needed this win. It makes the most sense to have it. If you want to just roll this one back, these two teams, I think, work really, really well together. Jade Cargill gets the win over Naomi at 9:20. Jade Cargill is obviously a very impressive human. Naomi, the new entrance and everything like that, everything in this feud was great. I thought that they built this up really well. The match, I don't know if you're ever going to get a technical masterpiece out of Jade Cargill. I don't think that 30 years from now we're going to be putting this match in the Hall of Fame for the Immortals category. But this was a good match. It gave Naomi enough that this wasn't just a squash match or anything like that. You get to show off the incredible athleticism that Naomi has, and just, again, how well-rounded she has become as a performer, not just as a character, but in ring. It's been really fun to see the growth of Naomi over the years. And Jade Cargill is a beast. Like that move where Naomi is diving at her and she catches her and just holds her in the suplex and then hits the jackhammer out of that. I don't think I could confidently do that with that sumo doll that's behind me. And that thing's like 8 pounds. Not even 8 pounds. That's an exaggeration. That'd be a really heavy doll. That's like an eighth of a pound. Jade Cargill did that with a human. And that's where wrestling's fake. It's like, yeah, she knew she was diving at her. But it's not like there's a rope attached to the trust or anything like that. And she could just dive in and, okay, hold it. And you get to, no, she's doing that with a person. Like at some point, I'm sure there's a way you can dive that makes it easier to be caught and then suplexed. But it is, I would assume, quite difficult to slow yourself down mid-air and allow yourself to be caught in that way. So just incredible athleticism, and Jade ends up getting a big win here, and now you're just hoping she can stay healthy and we can really build some momentum around a very, very fun character. Jacob Fatu is the new United States champion in his victory over LA Knight. Yeah, the finish comes at 10:40. This was good. This was really, really good. And this was the first time the crowd really started to get into some stuff on this particular show. You have the springboard moonsault that Jacob Fatu does, and LA Knight turns it into the BFT. That was excellent. And Fatu rolling over to the ropes and then getting the cover. I wish the announcers would have played into that a little bit more. Like we play into this guy is a psychopath and likes to just kill things part of his character, which very important part of his character. But I wish that there would have been a little bit more of, hey, that was really smart, him rolling like that and doing that thing. Because that is It's something I think you would have done with different characters, and maybe we leave it at that. But I do think that is something that, like, the cerebral aspect of the Jacob Fatu character, he's not just running out there and screaming and throwing his ass into things. He is a smart guy as well. So just a little thing there, but then he ends up getting the victory. This was great. The crowd was into it. Haku comes out and celebrates with him after. You love to see it. So that was great. It's what it needed to be. Again, LA Knight, your mileage may vary on his in-ring performances, but he is finding his stride. Again, I think in-ring it's getting a whole lot better too. Character-wise, it's obviously great. The one thing, like, he drives up in the very nice car and they park on the stage. I kind of wish we would have got more of a video with that. They did it with Charlotte later with I think it was Rolls Royce. You can tell. I mean, this may shock you. I don't got a ton of experience with those cars. I mean, like, I know. But for LA Knight, I thought, like, he comes out in the car and it looks cool, and then he rolls the window down and it's LA Knight, and it timed it up perfectly, very, very good. But I thought, like, show that car ripping down the Vegas Strip, you know? I mean, AI is great. I can make that. Just show that car ripping around Las Vegas, just a couple of sites, and then it pulls in to WrestleMania and does that. I thought, just a little thing. Otherwise, it's just like it's a car. It's neat. But just, one other note on that. This one surprised me a little bit. El Grande Americano with the win over Rey Fenix at 7:55. I think that they probably want the big unveiling to be with Rey Mysterio Jr., and so maybe you don't give that to Rey Fenix in this particular spot after they make the quick switch on Saturday afternoon. But this match was great. I think that it showcased a lot of what you wanted to with Rey Fenix. The 450 fucking moonsault that the Grande Americano hit was damn impressive. This match was a whole lot of fun, and if they want to do this thing, like, there are aspects of this that are entertaining. There are parts of it that are really fucking stupid, and I did kind of wish that, again, this is on me, right? This is my own projecting. I thought Chad Gable going down to get the secrets of Lucha Libre to Mexico, which is, this sentence is going to sound so fucking stupid in hindsight, but I thought Chad Gable going to find about the secrets of Lucha Libre in Mexico was going to be more serious than it was, and just saying that, I'm realizing that's a me problem, not a them problem, but I did think that this would be a good way to introduce a new character or something along those lines. Or if we're going to buy one of their promotions, this could be a way to do something with that. Right now, maybe they didn't know that was going to happen at the time. Although I can't imagine they just woke up on Friday and was like, hey, you want a promotion? But I wanted this to be a little bit more serious. That being said, if you just want to do for the next year, Chad Gable putting on lucha matches with lucha guys, fuck around, is it entertaining? So I guess I kind of got to live with it here a little bit as he gets the win at 7:55. Then we get for the WWE Women's Championship, Tiffany Stratton defeating Charlotte Flair at 19:05. I saw a lot of hate for this match. You see the one clip where Tiffany goes up for the moonsault and guys like, finally, just put this match out of its misery. I was saying coming in that I thought these two would benefit from having just an absolute blow-away match. This was not that. And honestly, like, was it the worst match? It might have been the worst match on the card, actually. Now we're going through it. For what it kind of needed to be, and I think what you would have the expectations of. Again, Jade and Naomi may not be your style. Like Jacob Fatu, LA Knight, like I said, your mileage can vary on that one as well. But this one wasn't exactly that show-stealing performance, but it also wasn't Jimmy and Jay from a couple of years ago, or anything like that. What was that last year? That was last year. Either way, it wasn't those guys from from last WrestleMania. This was again, it was a good match. It wasn't a great match. You give Tiffany Stratton the really big entrance. She gets her face busted up a little bit so you can play up the kind of the muscle Barbie thing a little bit. Charlotte looked good. It didn't find that next gear for me that I was kind of hoping that it would at 19:05. But Tiffany Stratton retains, and I think ultimately that's the right move. And then we get to the main event, the triple threat match. Seth Rollins defeats Roman Reigns and CM Punk at 32:55. So again, full disclosure, I'm recording this on Sunday. I watched this morning. And so you see the cards come up for those three guys, and I just hit the mouse on Netflix and say, oh my God, we still have an hour. And it's like, well, so it's a 15-minute match with entrances, but You kind of knew that this one was going to be a bit of a marathon type of a one. I thought every entrance was good. Like with Seth coming out, he gets the fire, the flamethrower. Oh, I almost called it a fire torch. He gets the flamethrower, lights the stage on fire, and then comes out. We get a wardrobe change. We just watched the RuPaul's Drag Race season finale. Everyone loves a costume reveal, but I thought it was good, and it fits with him, right? Like in this character's mind, he is fighting for the soul of professional wrestling, and so he is the angel coming in to save it. Maybe a bit of symbolism on this particular weekend, but still, I thought a great entrance. Roman, he is alone, but is he alone? Because he has all the family members on his video screens and stuff like that. So I thought that was great. And then the CM Punk, where he is repeating some of his classic promos and everything like that. And we get the old Kill Switch Engage theme and everything there. I thought every entrance was perfect, hit the mark that it needed to. I thought the match was great. I thought the spot where, every time Rollins and Roman were going to kind of work together, Roman breaks that up immediately. It's like, no, we're not doing this. No, we're not doing this. And you do wonder, like, just to really overthink things from a character standpoint, if Seth is looking at this and it's like, man, you don't know this, but I got your guy. Like, you can have everyone together if you want. I got your dude. Let's be together on this. Let's do this here. And he wouldn't. And every time Roman breaks that up, and then he punches Seth and power bombs them both himself through the table. And that spot where every one of them hits their finisher and all three of them are down on the mat. Like, this was just, it was such a great match. It was so good. And then you get the drama with Paul Heyman grabbing the chair and he gives it to CM Punk. And as he's standing up, like, we all kind of saw where this was going, right? I said out loud in my living room, he's going to grab the chair away. The way he was standing up. And then he goes and punches him in the dick. And down he goes, and Roman gets a couple of chair shots in. And then it's so smart. The setup there that Roman just can't resist, right? The Seth's back is there. This is the chair shot that has now broken his heart twice in the last decade. And it is Paul Heyman, his wise man, pointing it to him. There's nothing in Roman's mind other than I am going to whoop that ass with this chair. And he even pushes Heyman to behind him to give him the clearer shot to boom. And you just hear the no mercy ping go off as Paul Heyman does the damn thing. And immediately Seth's mood changes. He takes the chair and just wham. And he ends up getting the win. And it's kind of what we talked about with, again, not unique to this, but like Paul Heyman with Seth Rollins now. I think that Seth has done some very good work in this. And now to have Paul Heyman on this side, I do really think that the sky's the limit. And I said before, I thought that this would be a really good way of introducing some new young talent in. I know they tried that before with Seth and, Theory and... it was Buddy Matthews for sure. Did he have someone else? I think I'm putting Theory into a different one than I'm supposed to be. Either way, we've seen Seth as kind of the Messiah before, but I do think like having Seth and Jeff Cobb, I think would be great in this particular faction as a Paul Heyman guy and just as the muscle behind Seth Rollins. I think that would be a fantastic fit for him. Seeing a couple people suggesting Drew McIntyre and having it be not a two-man power trip, but like a Shawn Diesel sort of a dynamic, I think that would be a lot of fun as well. So there's a lot of different ways you can go with this. I think it could be great. I do see, depending on if they keep them on the same shows or whatever, but this would be a very good heel challenge for Jey Uso as the World Heavyweight Champion. And when you think about it, the motivation is there with Seth. Like, I was so focused on Roman the whole time. Your ass helped him out too, so that there's a lot of different ways I think you can go with this one. But I thought it was great. I feel like that was a very, very good match. Like just some of the spots in there, like the spear into the pedigree was fantastic. The entrances and everything. You felt a certain way when Heyman shows Punk his watch, and like, hey, it's clobbering time, and gives him the kiss on the head. It's like, man, that was cool. That part was really cool. So overall, that match, you end on, like, it's not the high that you're thinking you're going to because the bad guy wins, but you ended on like a very impactful note, and now we're getting ready for what should be a very fun night too.